So, tonight on the conversation, we welcome a newcomer to us. He's been doing YouTube for a little while now. I didn't realize that all of a sudden people like John Doe Juggalo, my man Jeff, and Corey from Wilkie's Music. See, I gotta say it slower. Wilkie's Movies and Music. One day I'll get that right. But those guys tell me, you guys, you were there with me from the beginning. I didn't realize that, but I like to come across new channels, new to me, and just highlight them. And they could be on YouTube for 17 years or 7 months. I really don't care. It's not about the legacy and how many followers you have. It's about sharing that love for movies. And I picked up very quickly that this young man has a real passion for movies, and we're going to talk to him about it. We're going to bring in my man Q from
How's it
Q, the
going,
movie
everybody?
collector.
Thanks for having me on, KB. I appreciate it, man.
Man, it's all love. You know how we do. You know how we do. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. It's sweltering heat here in the South right now, much like how it is everywhere else, pretty much. But
I was about to say, everybody talking about that heat right now. But you know what? Don't complain, because unless you're like in a place like Florida, Arizona, California, we only get like
oh
3 months of this, and then it's cold again. So
yeah,
I'm not a fan of the cold. So give me that. I'll stay inside in a hoodie, AC rocking, so I'm good. Sorry for those who don't have the AC going on right now. But I'm not complaining about the heat. I'm staying cool. AC works in the house, works in the car. And if you want a little bit of that vitamin D, go outside, enjoy the weather. It won't be here in a couple months for most of us. But we're not here to do a weather forecast. We're here to talk movies tonight. So I'm glad to have you on.
I appreciate it, man. I love what you do with the conversation and everything. I'm a big fan. I sat all day today watching a bunch of past episodes and everything. It got me pretty hyped up about tonight's
That's awesome.
episode and. I know this is like a platform, a show of yours that talk about movies, man. It's like a passion for a lot of us.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
true.
a huge passion.
It's true. Um, what were some of the ones that you highlighted that you checked out today from past conversations?
So the one that I recently watched was the one with Jordan from
My
the
man.
movie Den.
Yeah,
That's my brother from another mother, man. I enjoyed watching that. And, and the thing that I've enjoyed about that episode is I learned some things about Jordan in that episode I didn't know before that he never told any of us, pretty
good.
much. Because I go on what's it called, Monday Scaries.
Yeah, yeah,
I go on the Monday Scaries every now and then, and I learned a lot from Jordan. I've always wanted to know why he favored the boutique labels a lot more
mm-hmm.
so than the main line of movies. And that episode there, I was watching that for a good little bit. I was watching that a good
Yeah.
bit.
When I mentioned to him that you were coming on, the smile that came across his face, oh, you're gonna have Q? And I was like, okay, these fellas vibe together. I like that. You
Yes.
you started your collection back again about 2 years ago, and you started the YouTube channel, what, almost a year ago? You would say? Like, it's coming up on a year?
Yeah, yeah, it's coming up on a year. It's coming up on a year.
So I know this happened to me. I'm getting ready to move, y'all. Just to let you know. So I've been trying to get in all these conversations because in a couple of weeks I might have to slow things down again. But I know for me, when I moved in here 2.5 years ago, I had a certain amount of tubs of movies, and
Oh,
things telling me I'm gonna need a few more tubs when I leave, because the collection has grown a little bit. So
yes.
from your point of view, what I want to know to start us off with is, when did you make that transition from picking up stuff you had before, picking up those classics, to just getting to the point where you just got to cop the new hotness?
So that's a great question. So I'll circle back around to it and go back from the very beginning if you don't mind. So
Go for it.
um back in the late 90s, because I'm a little bit older than most people perceive me to be. I'll be 38 in August. In the late 90s, I started collecting DVDs.
Hmm.
And I come from a family that was pretty huge on physical media throughout the entire 90s. I mean, there were magazines. I want to say, funny enough, Jet magazines out of anything else that would have these ads where studio labels would actually have where, hey, you can buy X amount of VHSs and you get this deal or whatnot. And
Hmm.
my grandmother, she would piggyback off that deal and order a bunch of one of the VHSs I remember getting was Anaconda. That was a big movie at that time period. So
Hmm.
she picked up Anaconda, Titanic, and a few others throughout that deal. And so that kind of like jump started me collecting in the very beginning. And
Yeah.
then once I got into high school, I started really collecting DVDs like a madman possessed. And then that transitioned into Blu-rays. And I want to say about give or take about 2 years ago, I started back collecting kind of moderately, not a
Yeah.
whole lot, not as big as what I'm doing now. And so I stumbled upon YouTube and
Hmm.
watching a bunch of content creators talking about, you know, this new hotness and that new hotness. This is what's coming out right now.
Hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I never knew, the studios were, remastering or going back and restructuring some of
Yep.
these old movies.
Yep.
And so that got me pretty heavy into collecting again.
Mm.
And so now it's kind of like the thrill for me personally these days, coming back to your question, is now seeing what older movie is getting that new treatment.
Yeah.
Like right now, it hasn't arrived yet, but it should be arriving here probably the next day or so. Is the Lethal Weapon 4K. I am like over the moon wanting to see what Warner Brothers did with that transfer.
Right, right. And that happens to all of us. Once you get into YouTube or if you're on a TikTok or Instagram, all of a sudden it's like you go from just searching on Amazon or whatever to realizing there are these companies that specialize in nothing but selling you movies. And then you got people telling you when these movies, new and old, are coming out. And you get to the point where it's like, I don't know, a movie drops on Friday and they're already showing you what the steelbook is going to look like. So now you're getting hyped because you just saw it like
Yeah.
5 minutes ago and now you want to have it in the collection or whatever the case may be. And I know I made that transition from, okay, I'll only have like action and sci-fi movies on Blu-ray to like, well, that's an old horror movie. I like to see what they did on Blu-ray. Ooh, wait a minute. I could get Wonder Woman on 4K? Hello? And I
Yes.
got an Xbox I could play it on there? What? And
Yes.
and it just continued to progress. So I'm not playing things on the Xbox. And if I'm buying something on Blu-ray, it's only because it's not available on 4K and on and on and on. And yeah, I definitely need to get some more tubs because I know just looking at these shelves, it's going to be a problem.
Yes.
We are not alone, so I just want to highlight a few people and say hello to them. We have my man Hall and Oates. So, how's it going, sir? We got Jeff's mom in the house. How's it going, Nikki? Good to see you. And we have Adrian James as well, saying hey to both of us, as well as Steve Moody. Thank you, everyone, for being here, whether you're lurking, whether you're watching on the replay. Definitely do our guest a favor. Check out, it's really easy to remember. It's Q, the movie collector, all one word, wherever you want to look for him. Just go and search out his stuff. He has really good content. He's putting out more and more stuff, which is always good. Combination of hauls, reviews. I'm really enjoying the reviews. Keep doing that. So, yeah, give him a shout. If you like what you hear here tonight, definitely give him a follow for that. Let's see. Vintage stock.
Yes.
I say that and my man laughs. I know here in Kansas City, there are like 10 within a 40-minute driving radius.
Oh my goodness, you
I
got
know.
10?
I know. my buddy came here and he's like, "Can we go to this one? Can we go to that one? Can we go to this one?" And we're like, "Yeah, it's only like 20 minutes away. It's only like 40 minutes away." And we didn't hit all 10. We didn't get crazy with it, but I think we hit like 3 or 4 that day.
Yeah.
And I actually found this one DVD I've been looking for a while because that's how long it's been. I've been looking for it since it's on DVD. And it's the Spike Lee ESPN thing on Kobe Bryant. Kobe doing work. It's like he followed Kobe for a
Oh, I
day.
remember
Do you
that
remember
one.
that? Yeah, it's
Yes.
only on DVD, and I think the last vintage stock that we went to, I ended up getting it. It was only like $7. They don't know that it's out of print or anything like that. They don't care. So when I
Wow.
saw you going to vintage stock, I was like, oh, he needs to come here and go to vintage spot. That's it. That's your spot. But
Yeah, so the funny story about the vintage stock video, so I had been frequently going in there just as, like a normal person, just
right,
browsing seeing what they have as far as the new and the used stuff they've got. And in my journey of actually becoming a YouTuber, I know that there are rules and regulations to filming.
right,
So
right.
I walked in and I asked them, I said, okay, is it okay if I walk in here and I film? I said, I promise I won't do anything negative. I won't say anything negative to them. And the manager on duty was like, let me call my general manager right quick and see if that's okay. So I'm thinking like, whoa, it's not that
It's not
deep.
that big.
So, and so the general manager was like, yeah, it's cool. Let him film.
Mhm.
Now ever since I made that video, when I go in there every time now, they kind of dap me up when I walk
You
in. They're
you could
like,
say it. You could say it
"Hey,
every
it's Q.
Tuesday.
He's got the YouTube channel, and what you getting today, man?" And they'll go through a
Mhm.
whole spiel of showing me what they got in that week, and it's it's
Keep
pretty
keep that
crazy.
relation because when you're gonna be looking for that one thing that's hard to find, or you're looking for that one 4K and everywhere just got it without a slip and they got it with a slip, they're gonna be putting it aside for you. Keep that relationship going. But
I sure am. I sure
yeah,
am.
I saw the way you try to navigate around saying when I go in there every Tuesday. But
Yep,
yeah, we do. And there's we're losing places to do like in-person shopping. We're down
we
to like
are.
Walmart and places like that. So it's it's totally fine. I totally understand. Um, I saw you checked out, and I'm just making a little thing here. So, and I saw that you checked out Tombstone, Fistful
Yes,
of Dollars,
yes.
and the Arrow one, and for a few dollars more. So, are
Yes.
you enjoying your Western journey?
I am absolutely loving my Western journey right now. And
Yes,
the funny thing about that is, and I don't know if I've actually said it in the videos, but growing up, my grandmother used to watch Westerns all the time.
my dad.
And I used to find them so boring. I
Mhm.
would never get into them. I would go outside and play until, um, Adam West's Batman came on TV.
Right,
When
right,
they would go
right.
off, I would come back in and watch it. And it's funny to me because when Tombstone was getting ready to release, again, coming back to what's hot, what everyone's talking about. And when that got announced, I remember the craze of everyone saying, this is arguably like one of the best westerns to ever come out.
Mhm.
And I said, okay, let me check this out because it's got people in this movie that I really love as actors, such as gosh, mine went blank.
Val
Val
Kilmer.
Kilmer, um, gosh, Kurt Russell,
Mhm.
and a few others. And I said, let me check this out. So when I watched it, I said, oh my God, that was a great movie.
It's so
And,
good. It's so good.
and that kind of like opened up the floodgates. I said, okay, I like this one. Let me check out what the Dollars trilogy is all about.
Mhm. And it's a great time
And
for you to do that because, the Kino is I don't know if it actually is out of print, but it came pretty close to out of print. It was hard to find, definitely hard to find with slips. And now you got the arrows coming in. So what I'm hearing is pretty comparable, if not better than the Kinos. just based on features and transfers. So you're getting into it at a really good time.
I'm happy about it, man. It's like because the thing that I mentioned in that my trip to vintage stock was that in that same video trip, I picked up Once Upon a Time in the West, and I
Another
haven't
good
watched
one.
it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the perfect time to watch it.
Yeah. I put in the ticker at the bottom just for anyone who's on the chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll make sure that it gets to him. But recommend some westerns for Q to check out. He's on this western journey. He's on his grown man because, like you said, when you're a kid, we ain't messing with that. My dad was the same way. He would try to get me to sit down. And I was like, I don't even play cowboys and Indians anymore. Why you got me watching this mess? And I'd go outside. And then all of a sudden, now I'm like, oh man, I don't like John Wayne, but Red River, it's good. I gotta get that Searchers 4K. Da 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 da. Once Upon a Time in the West, I just picked that up when Barnes and Noble had their Paramount sales. So yeah,
Yes.
definitely enjoy that. Let's see if people got some recommendations or comments here. Oh, there's my man John Doe Juggalo. What's up, Jeff? Saying good evening to
JDJ,
everybody.
what's going on, man?
Steve talks about Once Upon a Time in the West. Love the 4K, but not everyone did. You know what? That's what I love about this. I could check out something, and until I check it out, I don't look at people's letterbox. I don't watch their YouTube reviews unless I've seen it or I've seen the movie and I just want to see how the transfer compares. I'm not watching it, but if I never watched it before, I'm not watching your reviews. So
Oh,
I'll check it out later and after I have my own opinion. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Let's see. Steve adds, I like Stagecoach way more than I thought I would. Me too. Me too. And that's I think Stagecoach is in the Criterion collection. Searchers is Warner Archive. I think that's one of their first 4Ks. And I've heard excellent things about that. I just haven't picked it up yet. So hey, welcome back. If you can find and play the Laserdisc of the Alamo with John Wayne, you'll see the 30-minute longer version. Well, even without it, can we find it on like Blu-ray or 4K? Because we want to make sure we could recommend some stuff that my man could go out and easily get. So
Yes.
if anybody could look that up for me, look it up on Blu-ray.com or whatever. Check out the Alamo and report back. We got my man, brother Dell in the house. What's up? I was giving your 9 o'clock movie swap a little promotion there with you and Ryan. So after we're done here, we're sending everybody over to you, and we'll be joining as well. Let's see. Everybody saying hi to each other. That's what I love. I love that. I love that. So it seems, we were talking about Jordan from Movie Den earlier. It seems like you're starting to find your people, your fellow physical media collectors, and you guys are big on like recommending movies or checking out movies and giving each other advice. So, is it mostly like certain genres? Like I know you like horror too. So,
Mm-hmm.
is it a lot of like fellow horror movie collectors, or is it just in general?
Well, I know for Jordan and the rest of the fellas, they're huge on horror.
Right.
I love horror as much as the next person, and the funny thing with them is that they got me into Italian horror, which I never watched Italian horror before, but now I don't want to say I'm a big fan,
Yeah.
but I'm
It's
a fan.
different. It's different
Yeah,
enough that you could appreciate it, like
yeah,
Bava
and
and Fulci and all that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And me, I'm kind of like a jack of all trades.
Mhm.
I'm the kind of guy that likes pretty much everything. I don't want to say, I mean, if I pulled up my CLZ movies app, it'll definitely tell you I favor more thrillers than
Mm.
anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I will put that out there for anybody that's looking for an app to keep track. If you're collecting physical media, um, use that app. That app will tell you so much about your collecting habits
Yeah.
that it will surprise you.
Hmm.
I was thinking maybe I was more of a horror fan, but no, it turns out I'm more into thrillers than I am horror. Um, But I'm a jack of all trades. I enjoy it all. But
Yeah.
more importantly, my taste in movies more than anything else has to do with sound. I love a good sound.
Yeah.
I love being immersed in a lot of movies that take advantage of Dolby Atmos, DTS-X,
Hmm.
things of that nature. And I know there's a lot of people out there, they're purists that love their mono tracks.
You know what? I'll rock it if it calls for it, especially like an older movie or whatever. But I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it has a 5.1 remix on here. And
Yes.
I'll throw on that 5.1 because it's better to hear something around me than just coming out my TV like it's like, you know, my 13-inch black and white in 1970 something. So,
Yes.
um, well, even before that, we got some
Oh,
recommendations here. Gunfight at OK Corral, that's good. Smokey, no, don't know if I know that one. Gunfighter's really good. I like that one a lot. And Tin Star, you're getting some recommendations, bro. You're gonna
I
have to,
appreciate that,
yeah,
y'all.
you're either gonna have to rewatch and write everything down, or I could send it to you. But before that, Brother Dell says he came in late. Where's the accent from? Tell him where you're from, bro.
I'm a Bama boy.
Rocket City. Rocket City. Love it. Huntsville in the house.
Yes.
Love it. What else? Jeff's like, oh, another sound guy. Yeah, there's a few of us out there. I mean, I really wanted a projector when I set up down here, and we just didn't have the room for it. And my wife said, you know, you could get whatever size TV you want. So I got the biggest one at the time. But my whole thing was the sound. I want my Dolby Atmos. I want to hear the rain. I want to hear the copters and the planes flying over. And you know, you mentioned DTS-X. I was into that when Jurassic Park DVD came out because that was like one of the first DTS big deal DVDs. And I remember
Yes.
I put it on and it wasn't going through. And then I put on my I had like a Kenwood receiver, and I did that, and it was during like the T-Rex scene because I had jumped ahead, and that thing
Yes.
just roared out of every speaker. I was like, yeah, I got so hyped. And I mean, that's like 5.1, but back
Yes.
then, that was a lot for a DVD to have 5.1. That was like everything, but I still remember that. I was going wild. So,
You
yeah.
know what's funny you say that?
Mhm.
That DVD to this day is kind of like a grail for sound guys.
Really? I did
Yeah,
not know that.
and I will say that because even in the Blu-ray releases of that first Jurassic Park, they have never put that DTS track on those Blu-rays.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty hot commodity to get that DVD.
I'm wondering if I got rid of it because when I got my son gave me the 4K for my birthday or Father's Day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start sending like some of these old DVDs to the Navy. I wonder if I got rid of that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and one other thing, I'm gonna be doing a video on this week. This is
Let's
the new original trilogy steelbook collection
yeah.
of the original three. They
Mhm.
went through on the first one, well, all three of them, and they've added Dolby Vision, but they also remixed the sound. So now the first one, second, and third have Dolby Atmos. And I
Not
watched that first
DTSX?
one.
They didn't go DTSX?
No,
They
they
went
went
to
Dolby Atmos.
hey, I can't
Um,
complain. I like Dolby Atmos myself.
I will tell you this much: I watched that first one, and I remember when I watched the original 4K of it,
Mhm.
with that had DTS-X in it. The DTS-X was nice,
Yes, it
but
was. It is.
it's something that they did with that Atmos track that made it way more atmospheric.
Hmm.
And the
Damn, you're gonna make me
LFE, the
wanna get it
bass,
now.
it hits so much harder
You're making me
than
wanna
that
get it now.
DTS-X track. It was amazing.
Oh man, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't. That's the first one's the only one I have on 4K, and I was like, should I upgrade it? I don't know. And then see, this is what we do to each other.
Yeah.
This is why you go from just the classics to like, oh well, KB said that, blah 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 blah. We got some other comments here. We'll get back to it. But me, Jeff, you, Vin from Hard Copy Blues, he's another sound guy too. So we're out there. We're out there. Steve added High Noon, one of my favorite all-time 4Ks. It's a Kino 4K, High Noon starring Gary Cooper and Grace Kelly. Black and white. It's a Paramount film. It was restored. I know the lady who was in charge of the restoration. Her name is Charlotte Barker. They have a podcast called Perf Damage. I had them on late last year. We've become friends ever since.
Hmm.
But they did the restoration for Kino release. I was down here watching it, and my wife came down and she looked at the screen. She's like, "What are you watching? That looks excellent. That looks great." I was like, "It's a movie called High Noon." You probably heard the expression, but never seen the movie. And she didn't really get into the movie, but she literally sat there and was just mesmerized by the transfer. And she's not a techie movie person like that would get into that, but she
Hmm.
knows excellent when she sees it. Like if you ask her what's the best looking 4K you've seen with us watching movies, she'll immediately say Jaws. Now she'll add High Noon to it. So you know quality when you see it, especially if it's Dolby Vision and we got the OLED running that and all that. So definitely
Nice.
cool. A couple more. Nate says, "Evening, everyone. Good to see you, bro." Back to the Alamo. The additional 30 minutes in Alamo has never been included in any DVD or Blu-ray release. I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. That just makes people want to get the laser disc even more. I have a
Yeah.
couple of laser discs, but if I'm gonna get any laser disc right now, it's gonna be the um the original trilogy of Star Wars because Han shoots first in that one. Dell Seconds, High Noon, Buck and the Preacher. That Criterion release is really good. And Unforgiven, another Clint Eastwood movie. Later on, him and Morgan Freeman. We'll
I've
talk about Morgan Freeman again later, but such a great movie. Such a great movie.
I've got Unforgiven. I haven't watched it yet. That's
Oh,
another one I've got on my list. I'm gonna watch.
that won the Oscar for Best Picture that year for a good reason. That's a really, really good movie. Our Life in Horror in the house. Hey, what's going on, you two? Thanks for popping in. The original Magnificent Seven is a banger. Yes, I agree. And also Seven Samurai, which is what it's based on. Let's see. I remember the video clips Dolby made to promote Dolby Surround. Wow, that's going back. I do remember that. Would love to see
Hmm.
a clip to promote Dolby Atmos. They for a while they had promotional disc. You could get like Blu-ray disc and it would have like different sequences like rainforests or you know all these different scenes. I think I still have one from when I bought the soundbar,
Wow.
but they don't do that anymore. And now you have different companies that do like amps and and receivers. They're taking over. Like Trinoff just put out a whole bunch of media clips to promote their sound. But if you have any of those old DVD or Blu-rays with the sound in it, hold on to them with dear life because they don't make them anymore. And you could go on eBay and try to rebuy them, but it's a pretty penny for them for sure. For sure.
I will tell you guys a nice little hack. I wouldn't even say it's a hack. It's a feature no one really knows about. Um, if you have an Xbox
Mhm.
Series S or an Xbox Series X, they have an app in their app store this is simply the Dolby app.
Yeah,
You pay I think it's $5.
for the license.
Um, and when you use that $5, you can unlock the demos they have in it. And they have the Atmos demos in it. They have like the one where I think it's like there's a leaf that's falling from a
Mhm.
tree, and you hear it pretty much flowing all around the room.
Yeah.
And I use that demo to, kind of calibrate my sound perfectly
Oh,
when
okay.
I'm doing Atmos because it's the perfect demo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. I keep looking over my shoulder because I swear the last place I saw that demo disc was over there on my old DVD shelf. I'm gonna have to look after we're done here. Couple more suggestions. They're coming in for you, bro.
Oh
Uh
my
Quick and the
goodness.
Dead, Outlaw Josie Wales.
I've
Yes.
got that one.
Steve says that's his favorite Clint movie. Wow. Good call. Good call. Another one for High Noon. Great movie, great song by Tex Ritter. Yep. We got Mama Blu-ray in the house. What's up, Bonnie? Thank you for joining us. Always great to see you. Always great.
Hey, Mama
Uh,
Blu-ray.
I love her. I love when she shows up. It makes me smile. It just makes me smile. If you guys are enjoying this conversation, I'm gonna stop this banner for a minute so I could just update it. I want you to do something for me. I took a look before we started, and this man is this close to his first 100 subscribers. I know what it's like to get there. I think he was at 96 before we started the live stream. If you can, just go ahead, head over there, and just this is my chat challenge. Go over there, and if you like what you're seeing, open up a second tab, bring up his YouTube site, and just give him a sub. And when I say give him a sub, I don't mean just subscribe, but I want you to check out his content, set a notification for when he posts new stuff, and show him some love. Show him some love. And I'm just going to keep this going in the ticker because I think, people always have like a weird thing about film community and YouTube and all that. It's good to support each other, especially if you're sound guys or sound gals out there. You got another one, so definitely give him some love. And he's a dog guy too, so I like that. I saw that earlier. I'm just gonna keep this scrolling across it. Boom. So there you go. And keep the Westerns recommendations coming in. All right. Steve already subbed. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you so much.
Appreciate that. Do, 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 do. I do have one more question for you. Mama Blu-ray just subbed to you as well. Thank you,
Oh
Bonnie.
my goodness. Thank you, Mama Blu-ray. I appreciate
So
it.
I told you. Oh, look, Dell says he's 101, so you're over 100. You're over 100.
Hey, thank y'all. Thanks,
That was a great
KB. Thanks,
feeling, man.
everybody. I appreciate it.
It's a great feeling. Thank you, everyone. Keep it going, and tell a friend to tell a friend because he has good content. Show him some support. Show him some love, and now it's up to you to keep those reviews coming because you're doing a good job with them. I'll say. One Eye Jacks, good one. 40 guns. I just got Winchester 73. Yeah, the last Criterion flash sale, I got Winchester 73 because I watched that a
Winchester
while ago.
73 is actually on my list for when the Barnes and Noble sale kicks off here the next few days. That's
Yeah,
definitely on my list.
yeah, cop that. That's a good one. And My Darling Clementine, really good because you have characters playing roles that they normally don't. That's all I'll say about that. Talking about performances, I have one more question before we get into the 5 takes because I know we want to spend some time there. I try to make unique questions for all my guests. So, with that in mind, what is actually your favorite Morgan Freeman performance?
Oh man, that's such a great question. That's a
Because you sent
loaded
in that one
question,
video
actually.
that's like my second,
That's a loaded
and
question.
I'm like, I'm waiting, and then the video came to end, and I was like, he didn't even tell us what his favorite one is. So I said, I'm gonna ask him when he come on here. So, what is your favorite Morgan Freeman performance?
Oh my goodness, man. I go back and forth all the time about what's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say undoubtedly, my favorite Morgan Freeman performance is from Lean on Me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
Joe
favorite
Clark,
one.
man. Joe
Yeah,
Clark.
Joe Clark. Um, when I think of Morgan Freeman, um, there's a few movies that come to mind. His role that he played in Shawshank Redemption.
Excellent.
Um,
Excellent.
the other one was gosh, it was those crime thrillers. There was Kiss the Girls and
Mm-hmm.
Along Came a Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those as well. But when I think truly about Morgan Freeman and like where you see most of his range, I think of Lean on Me because
Yeah.
he's loud, he's obnoxious, he's Crazy Joe, but then
Crazy
he
Joe.
can
Now they
bring
could
it
call him
down
the
a notch as
Batman.
that character as well.
Yeah.
Like he was Joe Clark. He
Hmm.
was
He
Joe
embodied
Clark in
him.
that movie.
He embodied him for sure. I love that. I would definitely put those up there. I will add to what you said, as I mentioned before. When you see Unforgiven, they'll move up in that list. And
All right.
one of my favorites, just because it's such a low key performance for a co-lead, Seven. I love him in Seven. Oh my gosh. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about Seven.
it's
Yes.
easy because there's so many great performances, but right before the 4K came out, we went and saw it on the big screen in IMAX, and, you know, it was just great. It was just great. Steve Moody with the flashback. I love you right now. Morgan Freeman was the first Spider-Man I ever saw. Yes, on the Electric Company. On the Electric Company was Morgan Freeman, and he was always a part of those Spider-Man. I don't know what Spider-Man had to do with the Electric Company. I just know as a kid I was hype every time he came on. Go on YouTube if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But there was these live action skits that was officially a Marvel Comics Spider-Man. Why was it on the Electric Company, which was a kid show, kind of like Sesame Street, but for older crowd? And Morgan Freeman was on there. Rita Moreno was on there. There was a whole bunch of people that came to be somebody afterwards. I don't know what Spider-Man had to do with the Electric Company, but it was always the last skit before the show ended. And then if you got to the last skit and it wasn't Spider-Man, you were upset. You were pissed. You would get so pissed off that this episode today did not have Spider-Man on it. But when you saw it, oh, it was everything. It was everything. Yes, he is amazing in Seven, and yes, the Electric Company. Don't make me start singing because I remember the theme song and everything. I don't do that on here, but woo, Steve Moody, you just brought me back. For a matter of fact, you just earned yourself a little trip to the conversation. We got to talk. Hit me up because if you can make me smile, my cheeks hurt right now. I'm red. My cheeks hurt. If you could do that, we definitely need to vibe for a lot longer than just what's in the chat. That was good. That was good. Yeah, man. Morgan Freeman on those Spider-Man skits. All right, my man. You ready for these 5 takes?
Oh yeah, I'm ready, man. This is what I've been waiting for all day long.
I know, I know. Sometimes I'm like, people just be like saying, hurry up and get to the 5 takes. But, we want to get to know our people.
Yeah, of course.
But for those uninitiated, the 5 takes are the 5 questions we ask our guests at the end of every conversation. We are going to start like we always do with number 1. Name the film that made you fall in love with the movies.
Oh my goodness. This one, this one here, this is too easy for me. I don't
Okay.
even really have to think on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to, debate about it. But I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh,
I'm
we'll
gonna
make
show
you
you
full
my
screen
band.
so you can.
Let me see. Let me see if you guys can see it. You probably can't see it, but I don't know. You can barely make it out. But if you can't see it,
Uh-huh.
that is the 1989 Batman emblem that's on Michael
Really?
Keaton's chest in the first film.
Okay. Okay.
That's the one that got me in the movies hardcore. And
Wow.
it's strange when I tell people that because they're like, why would a superhero movie be the one that got you into movies? Well,
Right.
it's quite simple. So in the early 90s, VHSs, that was my first introduction into physical media.
Right.
And as like a 3-4 year old kid, um my mom didn't want us really going outside because there was so many. I apologize for the dogs, by the way.
No, never
but
apologize for the dog.
but that first one I can remember as a kid, I wore that VHS out like there was no tomorrow.
Same.
And that movie has been such a huge part of my life growing up. Like I've owned every format except for Laserdisc. I've owned every format of that film.
Yeah.
You know, from the very get-go, from the very beginning of it, you see the entire landscape of Gotham City.
Yeah.
And you see the mugging of the family at the very beginning, and that iconic scene where the robbers are sitting there counting the money, and Keaton shows up, spreads his wings, and you know, that had me in love with movies. That kick-started it all for me.
I love it. I'm gonna just throw up some comments here and then I'll get back to you on this. So Frank's like, I didn't know Q was on.
What's up, Frank?
What's up, my man? Good to see you on here. Yeah, I know Dell is saying it makes me feel old. Here's the thing. So 89, that summer. So I'm in college and I'm in New York, and I could tell you that was the biggest thing. I didn't care if you're into movies, if you're into comic books or not. Everybody was into Batman that summer. Everybody was getting Batman tattoos. Every hood had the Batman logo on some graffiti shirts. Everybody had something Batman. We were listening to the Prince soundtrack. This is the second night in a row I'm making a reference to that. And it's just something about it, man. It took over everything that summer. I can't even tell you what other movies came out this summer because there was before and after 89 Batman, and that was everything. That was everything. So I can easily see how that could be influential on you as it came out. Also, it was like one of the big like releases for VHS and home entertainment. I mean, every Pizza Hut, Burger King, this place, that place had a commercial for it. The Batmobile, they had kicks that looked like the Batmobile, bro. It was crazy. It was so insane. So great answer. Great answer. We got Caveman in the house. What's up, guy? Caught my favorite conversation. Please, everyone, hit the like button. Thank you if you do. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead, hit the like button if you want to catch it. If you're like Frank and you didn't know that we were starting, that means you don't have the notifications on. Go ahead and hit that bell, and then you'll be notified anytime we have a conversation starting. And I'm trying to keep it up. I'm trying to keep it up for sure. He adds, I remember getting the Batmobile as a kid, seeing Batman Returns in the theater with my dad, too. That's so cool. So cool. Shameless plug before I go. Q should check out my movie theater memories episode. Yeah, that was a good one too.
I'm gonna check it out after the show. I'm gonna check it out.
And the reason why he's dipping out is because he's got to go and get ready for his live stream. As I mentioned before, he's gonna have Ryan from the Disconnected over on Movie Swap. They're gonna be talking about It Looks Like Clockers and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I still got to pick up that Arrow box set. That's so good. That is such a good movie. So definitely once we're done here, go check them out. Good luck to you tonight, Dell. Guy adds, I was fortunate to have been at the premiere of Batman in Louisville. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm getting so hype I can't control myself. What's up, Mika girl? Hey, everyone just got home. Can't wait to catch a replay. Yeah, if you came in late, please. We've been vibing for like about 45 minutes and just take it from the top and, just go from there. Princey Prince. Second convo in a row. What's good, my man? Always good to see you. I always say Michelle Pfeiffer changed my life as a young boy. Yeah, in that second movie, you ain't got it. Who you telling? That's all I got to say. Prince, you're too much. Let's move on. Number 2. Name 5 of your favorite films.
Okay. Do they have to be in order? Or they can just be random.
Random.
Okay, random. Randomness. Art of randomness. So I'm gonna go with my second guilty pleasure movie that I love watching. And you probably can relate to this, KB, because As a kid, it was my most played VHS we had at home. That is 1990s Reginald Hudlin's classic House Party. That
Wow, you're
one,
bright snake.
yes. That one, Do the Right Thing.
My favorite Spike movie.
Phantasm.
You were talking about that the other day on your video and
Yes.
not recognize it, but remembering the Silver Sphere and the boy. Good call.
Yes.
Next one.
The Terminator.
First or second?
The first one.
Okay.
I'm a first one lover. I mean, I get why everyone loves the second, but the first one was always my favorite.
That's what's up. Give me one more.
And then we're on 5 now, right?
Yeah.
American Beauty.
Ooh. Okay. That one I want you to talk about. What was it about that movie that captured you?
Oh my goodness. So the whole theme of that movie, you watching Kevin Spacey, he's a average dad, there's no excitement in his life whatsoever. He's moving through life pretty much as a robot. He's not literally a robot, but just like how his whole life is. He's doing dad like things.
Mm-hmm.
But then he starts being a little creepy about being excited about old girl from his daughter's high school. And he starts fantasizing about her, and it just basically makes him look at life from like, I just don't care anymore.
Right.
And you see the change in him as he just starts going about living carefree. He goes and he blackmails his boss at his job to have him leave with a severance pay.
Mm-hmm.
and just
crazy.
Seeing just how he transitioned that character, how he basically changed throughout the movie as it was going along, and it was entertaining to say the least, because he went from a person that was being stepped on and operating day-to-day life as a robot, and then as the movie goes on, he doesn't care. He's getting his life back.
Yeah. And it's great because we usually don't see movies like that, and there's no antagonist, there's no villain. It's like life is a villain, and I just love the way it approaches things. And I know people got problems with Kevin Spacey and everything, but great performances all around from all the main actors in that. So good call.
Yes.
Good call. I saw something here. Guy said, "Oh, okay. Hey, I'll get the standard. It's more about the movie than all the, the accoutrements. I could do without the chunky box set sometimes. If it just takes away from the movie, I'll rather get the movie and it be a standard edition than not get the movie at all. Trying to get the limited edition. So, that movie definitely hit different as a middle-aged father. That's the beauty of art, man. That's the beauty of film. You can watch something in your teens and your 20s, and then you hit those late 30s, early 40s, and you look at it again, and you're like, ooh, that's what it meant. That's how it hits you. It hits you like that. Since you mentioned American Beauty, are you able to differentiate between real life? What makes a decision? I think that's a judgment call every day. Every day. Hey, Frank, if I had the room, I'd be about that chunky box life set too, but I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Princey, I'm going to hold off your question till the end because I love the way it ended the last one. Let's move on to number 3, everyone's favorite question. Number 3, name a popular or classic movie that everybody seems to love, but you don't particularly like it.
Okay, let's see here. And the strangest thing about this answer I'm going to give, I don't know necessarily if it's a movie that everyone absolutely loves. That's the thing about my choice. But and I got a little background story behind this choice. And the movie is Barbarella.
Okay. Okay.
When I was collecting back to when I was actually getting back into collecting movies again, I can remember when Barbarella was being reviewed from a lot of YouTubers, and they
Mhm.
were like, "Oh my God, you gotta check this 4K out. This movie's amazing," and all of that. So I said, "Okay, let me check it out." It's got Miss I
Jane
forgot what her
Fonda.
name is.
Jane Fonda.
Yes, it had her in it. And I said, okay, let me check this out. It's got she's very young in it, and she looked pretty hot in the movie.
Mhm.
So I watched it, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, this seems more like an acid trip to me, like a late '60s acid trip,
Mhm.
sci-fi acid trip,
Mhm.
and I just didn't enjoy it at all. I've got the chunky box and everything from Arrow,
Yeah.
and I I I'm just not crazy about it.
Yeah, I don't think if I had nostalgia with it, I saw it in college when I worked at a video store, but take me out of that video store and push me ahead a couple decades, I don't think I would appreciate that movie anyway. But there's a lot of movies like that where it's just nostalgia, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
I remember where I like something just based truly on nostalgia, and that's one of them. But if I was to, like, watch it today for the first time, like, the way you said, like, people were going crazy over it, I was like, "Well, why? If you never seen it before, why? Why would you like it that much?" Batman Return can't be his answer. I totally agree about Barbarella. Yeah, yeah. I just don't know how people get into it. Let's flip that. Name a critically hated movie that you love.
Ah, this is a good one. Ooh, ooh. Um, Rob Zombie's Halloween,
1 or 2?
the first one.
Okay. What is
Yeah.
it that you love about it?
Well, there's a lot. There's a few things I really love about it. Number one, let me see if I've got it here, and I can actually explain that too. Um, so I went to the theaters and saw it when it first came out.
Mhm.
Me and my best friend, we both went to the movies and saw it, and I just remember sitting there thinking to myself, like, "Oh my goodness, Rob Zombie did a pretty good job with that remake." Um, and I know a lot of people hate it because he kind of did this trailer park hillbilly
Mhm.
characters background set to it, but I feel like he did it justice to me. And I know a lot of people when they think about remakes, they think that if you go and do everything um according to how the original was, you're not doing a good remake.
Right.
Um and to me, I felt like he did that, which I appreciated that, but he did a few other things in that movie that kind of expanded upon the whole Michael Myers and Laurie Strode relationship.
Yeah.
Like for example, the fact that Laurie was a baby. You got to see that Michael was crazy about his sister when she was a baby. He wanted to care for her. Which they never explained that in the originals because everyone knows John Carpenter got drunk making the second Halloween movie and decided to make Laurie Strode his sister.
Yeah.
Which love it or
Yeah,
hate
because
it,
there wasn't supposed to be a 2, it was just supposed to be the babysitter murders, and then that's it,
yeah,
on to another anthology.
yeah. So I felt like Rob Zombie did a good job with piecing that whole story together when it came to that first half of the movie. And then the second half of the movie is pretty much, I don't want to say shot by shot of the original, but it kind of is up until the very ending of the movie.
Mhm.
But the other reason why I liked it is because if you own this, which was what is it, Viavision, the
Yeah,
Viavision version,
that's a good
you
version.
get both the theatrical and the director's cut of the
Uh-huh.
film in here, and the differences are because I remember when it came to physical media, they only put out the director's cut. And I remember watching that director's cut, and I was like, in the theaters, this scene happened a little different. You
Right.
saw Michael break out of the uh, mental institute differently than you saw how he did it in the director's cut. So
Mhm.
I had to own that version because I said, like again, I loved Rob Zombie's Halloween. I really did love it.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Prince had two questions for you, and this is one that he's really enjoying asking people. So he wants to know your serotonin boost feel good movie. Like, what do you put in when you just want to feel good?
Oh man. House Party.
Yeah, that's a
It's
good
House
choice.
Party.
Me, it's the Last Dragon. I put that
Oh
in.
my god, that's another one. Oh my
I
god.
put that in. I
Yes.
started quoting along, bro. I went. My best friend lives in Orlando, and he has a TV out by his pool. So we sitting out there. He got a couple of cigars. We got a couple libations, and we're looking for something to watch. And I saw he had his 4K stream of Last Dragon. I was like, bro, just put it on. He's like, again? I was like, you're going to enjoy it more than me. Just put it on. He was there singing the songs with Vanity and everything. I was like, bro, you know the soundtrack? It's like that. He's like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this movie. I was like, I know, right?
Yeah. So okay, I'll cut. You know what? I'll say another option since I mentioned House Party as being one of my first five. I got another one for you.
Hmm.
Crush Groove.
Yes, body moving. Crush
Yes.
grooving, body moving.
Yes.
Oh man, I went to see that in the theaters. That was so much fun. He
Oh
also wants to
man.
know who's the actor or actress that you can't stand watching.
Um. Who is it that I can't stand watching? That's tough, man.
Yeah,
That's really tough. Um. I can't remember her name,
tell me
but
the movie and I'll know.
the thing is, it's not really. I don't think she's ever been in a movie. I know her from um pretty big television shows.
Hmm.
American Horror Story to be more specific. She's been in a few of those episodes. She's a great actress, but the one thing I can't stand is her cry face. It's like the ugliest cry face I've ever seen in my life.
I think I know who you're talking about because my son said if she ever leaves that show, because they keep putting her in all the different seasons, and he said
Yeah.
if she ever leaves, he'll stop watching. I'm like, she ain't even all that, and he's like,
No.
I like her, Dad. I'm like, okay, all right, you could like her, but I don't think she all that. I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about. I just can't remember her name right now. She's a young one
And
too.
the actor, um, who's an actor that I really can't stand? Um, that's tough. That's really tough because I can't really think of an actor that that I'm annoyed with.
Yeah.
that has an annoying trait. Um, hmm, I would probably say, and I like this actor. It's just that some of the roles that he gets tangled up in, he sometimes does a really great job and sometimes does somewhat of a bad job.
Hmm.
And I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna get flamed like crazy for this,
No
but
worries.
Jason Momoa.
Okay. Okay, I think he was the most fun part of Fast X because he just realized I'm just here for the check. I'm gonna have fun playing this villain. Is this the
Yes.
chick you're talking about?
Let me see.
Because that's the one that he was talking
Yeah. Wait a
about.
minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's her. That's her. It's her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I could see why. I could see why. She's a little annoying. A little annoying.
Yeah. It's like, she's a great actress. She's a good actress, but
That cry
she
face.
has some annoying traits, and it's kind of like she don't really.
Mhm.
To me, it just seems like everything she's been in, she's been the same character.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yep. Face
Yeah.
Music is in here. Welcome back. Saying what's up to you.
What's going on, GC?
Yeah, Save House Party from DVD. That Big Trouble in Little China has a Blu-ray, has the Shout Factory one, but yeah, that needs a 4K as well for sure. We got people still coming in. Tidbit Kid is in here. What's up? Popped in the chat to ask what in your collection was the holy grail that obtaining really meant something.
Oh
It's been two
man,
years, so you got one. You got at least
Yeah,
one.
I've got one. I've
What
got
is
one.
it?
Give me a second.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab it
he's
right
going
quick.
to get it. He's going to
It's
get it.
right here. That's the beauty of sitting where I sit at when I do my videos, is that my whole collection is right here.
Mm-hmm.
But
I see it.
this,
I see it. And did your box come in perfect condition?
it did.
You're among the lucky. You are among the lucky because so many people, their stuff came all jacked up. All jacked up. Let's see. How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. And from what I hear about the live action movie, it's pretty much verbatim from the cartoon, but the animated one, but it's still good. It's still good. Yeah. Kid shows develop are great, but too old to appreciate. No, I feel there's something in us, especially like early Pixar, some of the early DreamWorks. There's things in it for us adults, but it's targeted towards kids because I could watch Shrek anytime and I'll
Oh,
I'll be laughing. Kung Fu Panda, same thing. Like I
same.
said, a lot of those early Pixar's, Train Your Dragon, especially those. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Q, man. He is doing
Thank
his
you.
thing. Just go ahead, look for him, Q the Movie Collector. Look for him on YouTube, look for him on Instagram, follow him there, check out his reviews, check out his hauls. I'm enjoying being a channel member, so you should be too. Uh, just trying to catch up here. Oh, a question for me. Peaky Blinders or Sopranos? Come on, man.
Oh,
I grew up across the river. It's going to be Sopranos.
yes.
I know too many people, not that just sound like them. I know those characters. So I think some of them may be in my wife's family. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Since Goodfellas is your peak cinema. Of course it is. I had my shirt
Yes.
on last night and everything. My man, I want to thank you for coming on the conversation. This was so much fun, like I knew it would be. And we had enough time. Everyone, you're going to head over once we're done here and we land the plane, head over to Dell on Movies for his movie swap with Ryan from The Disconnected. But keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. Anytime you want to talk about like sound, now you got me spending money. I got to go cop those Jurassic Park Steelbooks now. Maybe I could catch it on Whatnot or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really enjoying what you're putting out as far as your videos and everything. If you ever decide to do a live stream or you want to have a Q&A or you want to have a guest, I'm more than willing to come in. I know that Jordan is as well and a couple other people. So we're loving what you're doing. Keep it up. You got family around you and we love to see what's next for you.
Thank you so much, KB. I appreciate it, man. This has been fun. I knew it was gonna be fun, and I had the time of my life tonight, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
So as we land the plane, we go to number 5. Now that you've been on the conversation, who would you like to see me have a conversation with on this channel?
Okay. I'm gonna say because he's one of my brothers.
Mhm.
And I don't know if he's actually, because I didn't dig too far into the episodes, but he was actually shooting in some questions and chiming in during the live. I'm
Mhm.
gonna recommend my guy GC Face the Movies.
Okay. Yeah, he came in with Jordan last week, so I would definitely like to get him on because he definitely knows his stuff. I could see that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
GC's got a great. He's another he's another huge physical media collector. Again, another brother from another mother. Um, and yeah, he put me on to some movies that I didn't even know about. So but yeah, I would recommend GC. GC.
all right, man. If you follow me, I think you do follow me on Instagram. Hit me up. Let's see if we could do something. I'd really like that.
Most
But
definitely. Most definitely.
but everyone, like I said, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for being in the live. Thank you for catching us on the replay if you've done that. Uh let's see some final comments. Nice to meet you, Q. Have a good night. Have a good night, Steve. Thanks for popping up in the chat. Guy says who he recommends for next. Yes, I didn't miss it. I got there. I was just trying to thank him because I was trying to show my appreciation to the brother. Jeff says, very awesome stream. Thank you, my friend. Dude, thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, man, hit me up. Let's do this. GC is a great guy. I can't wait for the convo. It'll be a good one. Love the love, man. Love the love. Thanks, Nikki. Always good to see you in the chat. Everyone else, like I said, thank you for joining us. Don't be. You're good. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you again to my guest, my man Q. Appreciate you popping in here, hanging out. We learned something new about you, which I always like. So once again, everyone head over to Dell on Movies, Movie Swap over there. And as I always say, go watch a movie. Have a good night, everyone.